What's up, everybody? Welcome to Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. Back from vacation. Got a story to tell. Tap to invite an interviewer to be in your podcast. Who was that? Okay. Okay. Good morning. What's up, Rod Bullock? Rod Big Shot Bullock, what's up? Stacy Saunders, what's up? Craig, what's going on? Back from vacation, back from a Jamaican vacation. Okay. Please like and share. Please like and share the page. We do good business owners. We do everything. We're doing sports. We're doing entertainment. We're doing everything, current topics. We're doing everything. Okay, Rod Hammond, what's going on? Scheduled showtimes: Monday, 6 p.m., Wednesday, 6 p.m. Don't forget my brother's show, The Social Breakdown, 3 to 5, Saturdays, Tradio. And also, let's get into these ads. Don't forget www.busamove.com. That's right, www.busamove.com. This is a party bus for kids. Party bus for kids. Understand that. Be the cool parent and be the smart parent and book a party bus for your child at www.busamove.com. They have 4 theme buses, like the activity bus, the glamour bus, the movie bus, and even a video game bus. That's right, www.busamove.com. No mess, no cleanup, no distractions, no problems. Check out www.busamove.com. The bus pulls up right in front of your house. The kids party on the bus while you are in the comfort of your own home, conversing with friends, drinking some wine, or even taking a nap. So go check out www.busamove.com so your babies party while you relax. Only in New York. www.busamove.com. Okay? I'm wondering, can y'all see me fine? It looks like I'm over the letters. Can y'all see me? I hope y'all can see me just fine. I hope y'all aren't having a problem seeing me. Let's make sure this is right. Tia, what's up, baby? Joanna de Guzman, what's up? Also, let's not forget Genesis Fuel Oil. Genesis Fuel Oil has affordable heating oil for your commercial or your private property. Genesis Fuel is family owned and operated for the past 16 years. Where's my glasses? Let's do that. Call 631. There we go. 631-249-1438 or go to www.genesisfueloil.com. Genesis Fuel Oil is a full service company that can maintain your heating and cooling equipment. Genesis Fuel services Nassau, Suffolk, and Queens. They're available 7 days a week. So call 631-249-1438 or go to www.genesisfueloil.com. Listen, people. If you mention Not Just Sports by Noel Epps, you get $5 off your delivery costs. So again, call 631-249-1438 or go to www.genesisfueloil.com and stay warm. I don't understand why you got a face for radio. Oh no, Larry, you got a face for radio. Larry, I don't know who told you was cute, but they lied. I'm trying to tell you right now, you a different type of ugly. No, you sideways. Okay, yo, am I sideways? Because I damn sure can't. Now it's telling me to rotate the phone. Okay. How about now? Is that better? Ryan McGovern, what's up, baby? Is that better, people? I hope this is better. Is that better? Am I straight now? There you go. Okay, good. Okay. You good now? Okay. Now. Okay, good, people. Let me drop this down for a second. I actually have a tripod now. Okay, let me drop this down for a second, like so. So I'm not in the letters. Angie Kostick. Angie, you must be in New York, baby, because I saw you with a slice of pizza on your page. So you must be in New York. I saw a New York slice. It was not a North Carolina slice of pizza. Okay. Good. Hopefully that's better. To all parents whose children aspire to play basketball, here's affordable training for your child. Check out Shabu Mosley's training and conditioning basketball program at 2 Vanderwater Street in Farmingdale, New York. Listen, people, I've been posting. He redid the whole place. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Paint, everything's redone. Weight room, everything is redone. It looks beautiful. A perfect facility for training because you're not 1,000 feet from your trainer. You cannot be ignored. This is hands-on training. Shabu Mosley is a basketball training and conditioning program that is aimed to improve your child's skill set and conditioning so your child can excel at the next level. Hi, honey. When they excel, you will see the swagger and confidence which will help your child excel in team and individual goals. The beautiful wife just walked in. Shabu Mosley will have your child ready for his or her next level of basketball. Here is Shabu Mosley's resume. 3 years All-League, 2 years All-County, 2 years All-Long Island, second team All-State, 2-time McDonald All-American nominee, and a junior college All-American. So, get your kids ready for the 2019 basketball season with Shabu Mosley's training and conditioning basketball program. Check out Shabu at www.shabu, basketball.com, or call 516-849-3282 and tell them Noel sent you. T. Keba, you usually need to stay around, T. Keba. You are important to this conversation, T. Keba. I need you around. Matter of fact, I may even interview you, T. Keba. Please stay around. Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated is a direct lending mortgage bank specializing in home financing for 1 to 4 family residential properties, condos, and co-ops. The Westbury, New York branch knows that life can be hectic, but they also know that your finances don't have to be. Intercontinental Capital Group is committed to the idea of simple. Simple terms, simple conditions, and simple payments. Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated achieves simplicity through the ability to educate their borrowers on the mortgage process. ICG is even willing to have classes to teach groups the ins and outs of the mortgage and financing process. ICG's credo is the building blocks to a better mortgage. This describes the stepping stones that ICG is willing to help you to create towards a viable, sustainable future. ICG is on your team. Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated is friendly, and most of all, ICG is trustworthy. So let's stop renting, people, and let's start owning. We know it's hard, so let's get help from Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated. You can contact the branch manager, Stacy Saunders. We just saw Stacy Saunders in here. We just saw her in here. Hi, Aunt Gloria. We're going to watch our mouth because Aunt Gloria is here. Khalid Henry, what's up? Guy Richards, what's going on? The branch manager, Stacy Saunders, she was just in here, of Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated at 1400 Old Country Road, Suite 200A. That's in Westbury, New York. Her office number is 516-723-6462. The cell phone number is 516-984-4324. The fax number is 516-706-4938. And our email is ssaunders@icghome.com. Felix, what's good with you, baby? Chris Stowers, what's going on? Also, don't forget this weekend, the voice of Long Island is back. I will be at Bolden Mac Park this weekend, 5 p.m., Bolden Mac Park, for the Bolden Mac Park basketball tournament. That's the Bolden Mac Park basketball tournament on Great Neck Road in Amityville, New York. Come check us out Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, you see some great basketball. And then also, we have the our first game of the season for my semi-pro team, the Long Island Red Devils. We will be in, let me get the direct address. I'll get somebody, but we'll be upstate. I believe we'll be in Westchester, somewhere along those lines. Okay? 12 noon game against the Bangers. They're called the Bangers. What's up, Noel? Nice ceremony. Saw the video. Thank you. It's beautiful. Chilling, my brother. Do your thing. My man, Felix. Oh, that's a special dude right there. Love me some Felix. But let's talk, people. Let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation. Let me see if I can get my boy T Chemo on here. Does the fiance, is the finance out of state? What? The finance out of state. I don't know what that means. All right, let's talk, people. Can we define white entitlement? Can we define white entitlement? What is white entitlement? Can somebody tell me? Because we'll get on the Knicks and all that other stuff later. But we've had a couple of incidents, and I had two of my own, where I thought, or I may think, that happened just for the simple fact that the white person thought they were entitled to do so just based on the color of their skin. We had the young white lady who called the police on black people who were barbecuing. So what is white entitlement? Can somebody tell me what is the definition of white entitlement? Now, white people, please don't be scared. This ain't an attack. This is not an attack, because I also want to know, do black people, are black people still being victims? Or are they still claiming to be victims to white entitlement? What is white entitlement? Can somebody tell me what that is? In the last month, we had the white woman who called the police on the black people who were barbecuing at a lake, which was perfectly legal. We also had the white man who checks a black woman's ID to see if she's legitimately getting in the pool. Is she legitimately able to get in the pool? This man is not security. This is just another man just challenging whether a white man or black woman can get into the pool, a black family can get into a pool. We've had that incident. So let's not be afraid. Let's have a real conversation. What is white entitlement? I also had a situation, two separate situations, where I thought, and I could be wrong. I thought a white family thought they were entitled to do things or to say things because they were white. So I'm going to, most of you have not heard this story yet. So I am going to explain this story. White entitlement think they got power over us African Americans. Okay, but what is white entitlement? Being able to harass a person who's a minority in front of police, knowing that cops isn't what? Isn't going to stop you. That's the definition of white entitlement, Craig? That's your definition of white entitlement? The white people think they run black people. That's point blank. Great, they think they can do anything and everything they want to do to us. And we supposed to let them do it. Okay, so I guess Pat is trying to say that white people feel that their presence is greater to a black presence, and I guess white America feels we're supposed to kowtow to them. I guess that's what she's trying to say. But I want a very succinct definition, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had 2 incidents, and I didn't feel like I was wrong. I didn't feel like I was wrong. But when I spoke to my father and I spoke to my wife about it, they didn't feel I was wrong. But they thought that I should be aware that if there was an interaction with the police and it was my story versus the white family story, the white family story would have won. Yes, that's just what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's acting on your prejudice without fear of reprimand. Okay, Craig, are they aware that they're being prejudiced? Because I don't think they look at it as being prejudiced. I don't think white America looks at their interaction with black Americans and look at it as racist. That's why I'm having this conversation. And I'm trying to wonder, is it racist? Is it really racist? Is it really racist? They don't even know that they're, I'm not going to say it's racist because I don't even think they're aware. I don't even think they're aware. Okay, let me tell you what happened with my story, because some of y'all don't know. Some of you have heard the story. Some of you have not heard the story. As most of you know, I went on a trip to Jamaica. It was beautiful. Get on the flight. Prejudice and racist is 2 different things, though. Yes, I agree. Dante Slow-Mo, I agree. But prejudice leads to racist activity or racist behavior. Okay, so I went on a trip to Jamaica. As I'm on the trip to Jamaica, there is nowadays the white people do things and say things knowing the cops and government gonna be on their side. Okay, good. Richard Christopher's here. Let me see if I can get him on. Richard Christopher is my assistant coach. Great fucking guy. One of the best people I know. Okay, let's see if you guys can see me now. Khalid, could you please invite to this page? Let's see if you can see. Can we see me? Can you see me now, Benjamin Patton? Can you see me now? Ben Patton, can you see me now? Tunji, what's up, baby? Can you see me? Can you see and hear me at the same time? Yes. Okay, great. How about you, Tunji? Can you see and hear me at the same time? Hello. Hi, Teresa. Can you see and hear me at the same time? Yes. Okay. That's Ben Patton with a yes. I need to know. Teresa, can you see me? Brian, enjoy your vacation. Can you see and hear me? Okay, great. Okay, great. Now, let's talk. So we was talking about what is the definition of white entitlement, or what is the definition of white privilege, and is there a such thing? Mark, what's up, baby? Is there a such thing as white privilege? Is there a such thing as white entitlement? Earlier this month, we had last month actually, we had the white lady who called the police on a black group of people because they were barbecuing at a lake. Then we had a white male who's out with his family who chastised the woman about being able to get in the pool and was her ID correct. Was her ID correct? Now, understand this, people. Understand this, because there is also black people running around here with black privilege, and there are also black people who run around here being victims. So I need to know I need to get an understanding, because I'm not sure that we all, as black people, as people, we don't understand what we are calling racist activity. I don't think we understand. So I'm going to tell you what my story was, and I'm telling you what my story was because my wife and my father said, yeah, I was right about how I felt, but I was wrong in how I went about interacting with these two white people. And I felt like I was doing the right thing the first time. The second time, I didn't feel like I did the right thing. Like, I'm big on calling a spade a spade. I'm big on that. And I don't think I did the right thing the second time because of what happened the first time. And I'm going to explain what happened. So again, we're on our way to Jamaica. And there's a white family in front of us. They had 9 seats allotted to them. 6 directly in front of us, 3 to the left of us. There is an exception to every rule, but white privilege is definitely exists. Facts. Okay, Mark Hardy, what is white privilege? What is it? I need a definition. I need something I can hold on to. What is white privilege? What is it? What is white privilege? What is white entitlement? What is it? I need a definition. So we're on a plane. It's a 3-hour flight from Newark to Jamaica. And we're sitting in our chairs. I'm tired. I'm ready to get on a vacation. My wife is chilling. We're on our way to Jamaica. Okay? So as we're on our way to Jamaica, the plane is getting ready to take off. The father spills water. I'm going to tell you everything that happened. Spills water on his seat. So I got the little pillow around my neck. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm just about sleep. And the father goes to the bathroom to get napkins to clean up the water that he spilled on his seat. His son, about 7 years old, stands directly next to me and yells, "Daddy! I cleaned it up with my hand!" I'm like, okay. But again, I don't say shit. Now, you got to know my wife, too. My daughter gets pulled over, no record, clean license, car gets searched, side of the road, 30 minutes to an hour. Wow. Now, you also got to understand who my wife is. My wife is very, very sweet, very nice person, very kind individual. And I guess it takes a lot to push her buttons. I'm not going to say I guess. I've been with her long enough. She can withstand a lot of shit. White privilege or white skin privilege is the societal privilege that benefits people whom society identifies as white. In some countries, beyond that, is commonly experienced by non-white people under the same social, political, economic circumstances. Okay, that's a good definition. White girl, same age, same scenario, have a good night. That's white privilege. White privilege is a person feeling, acting, showing an attitude or an action of no accountability for any action, and that they are not wrong, not in the wrong whatsoever. Okay, so is there black privilege? Is there such thing as black privilege then? If that's the case, if that's white privilege, is there such thing as black privilege? Because I've seen black people who are in certain situations who deem whatever they do or say at that point in time is right because they are black. We treat each other like shit. Why do we expect other groups not to? When you say we treat each other like shit, Chris Stowers, you talking black on black? Black people treat other black people like shit. So why do we expect? Well, see, I'm a believer in we have to treat each case individually. We can't take all black people and put them in a group. We can't take all white people and put them in a group. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to sit here. Listen, I got white friends who I'm calling on before I call my black friends. That is just the truth. I got white people who I could rely on more than I could rely on my own black friends or other black friends. I'm not going to sit here and say all white people are this, all Hispanic people are this, all black people are this. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. For the only reason I can't give you a definition is because no color or race is privileged because of the color of their skin or their culture. Yes, I agree with you, Dante, but the mentality is I'm better than you because of my skin tone. So let me finish my story. So the boy screams, "Daddy." Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Okay, so now we're on the flight. The flight takes off. They allow you to take off your seatbelts. You could go about the cabin. These kids are buck wild. They jumping over the seat. They all over the plane. The father even tries to go use the bathroom in the first class area, and they turned his ass around. Don't come back here to use this bathroom. The mother done switched seats. The father done switched seats. All the kids done switched seats. They're all over the fucking place. And we're on the plane. It's romper room. Now, they had kids from ages, I want to say from ages 6 to 12 were the ages of all these kids. So the stewardess comes by and she's handing out her drinks and stuff, and she says, to me, you must need a whiskey. There are black snakes too, and they will do you dirtier than a white person sometimes. So I said, no, this is a white woman, the stewardess, who was a white woman who was very nice, very sweet lady. She says, do you need a whiskey? You're dealing with a lot here. Do you need a whiskey? I said, no, I'll be okay. I'll get to my destination. I'll get a drink when I get to my destination. So I'm huffing and puffing. My wife says, Noel, relax. They're kids. They're probably excited about going to Jamaica. They're kids, relax. Okay. So, I'm a big dude. So I'm sitting in the seat and my knee is pressed up against the chair. A girl sitting in front, she had to be like 10 years old. We don't spend our dollar with each other. We don't educate our own. We don't coach our own at the highest levels. We run to the white man. Look at how the black neighborhoods are valued, and some rightfully so. We devalue our women, put our kids out to fend for themselves, glorify drugs and violence, send our kids to colleges hoping for a scholarship. And Stowers, a lot of what you said is wrong, brother. I'm sorry. White folks glorify drugs and violence too. You ever see Godfather? How about Casino? How about what's the other movie? What's the other movie with Ray Liotta? You had Godfather, you had Casino, you had I forget the other one with Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci. It'll come to me. Okay? And colleges and scholarships and all that shit wasn't meant for us. A lot of the shit you was talking about was not meant for us. Okay? Goodfellas. That's it. Goodfellas. All that glorified is drugs, womanizing, violence. They were all white folks. People only want to talk about rap music. A lot of rappers get their material for white movies. So anyway, as I was saying, I'll get to you guys in a second. Just let me finish the story. My wife tells me, they're relaxed. They're kids, they're out having fun or whatever. But it's a goddamn airplane. Every race feels like they're privileged in some type of way. Most blacks feel like they are dominant because of their color or where they come from or grew up. Just like whites feel like their self-importance gives them more of a right than most. You got to be kidding me. I didn't say rap music. Don't put words in my mouth. When you are referring to our music, and you're referring to drugs, and you're referring to women being objectified, what music are we talking about? R&B? Are we talking about R&B? Or is it safe to say we're thinking about hip-hop? But anyway, there's a little 10-year-old girl sitting in front of me, and she is rocking back and forth on her seat. She rocks back and forth. Again, I don't say anything. Her father comes over. Her father says, you need to be more aware of your surroundings. This is basically what he told her. You need to be more aware of your surroundings. When he says this to the young lady, she turns her back on him like, basically, fuck you, Dad. Turns her back on him like, talk to my back. So I said, oh, shit, okay. He can't even talk to his child. So then, a mother sitting 3 rows ahead, she's looking through the seats at me, and she looks at me and she whispers, I'm sorry. She basically whispers, I'm sorry. Okay, so 15 minutes later, I let the girl do it 3 times before I say anything. because I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that I'm not over exaggerating. So she rocks on my knee 3 more times. I say to her, I said, listen, young lady, please stop rocking in the chair because you're rocking up against my knee. All kids, black or white, need to be checked, especially in public. Exactly. But the little girl checked her father. The little girl turned her back to her father. It was like, talk to my back. So I said to the little girl, because the father ain't going to do shit, please stop rocking on my knee. I said it once. She does it 3 more times. I asked her again, please stop rocking on my knee. 20 minutes later, we land. Facts. I check other people's kids in public. White kids don't got manners. And, Benjamin Patton, that ain't true either. Because I see, Benjamin Patton, I know. I seen black kids be buck wild, nasty as shit in front of their parents. In front of their. So I'm not letting that rock. I'm not gonna let black people say, hey, white kids got no manners over black kids. Nope. Over Hispanic kids. Nope, I'm not doing that. Just on the Meadowbrook Parkway, we had young Hispanic kids die because they stole their father's vehicle. A 15-year-old girl driving with 10 kids in the car, including an 8-month-old baby. And they died. 3 kids died in that car because of lack of respect for their parents. All races have wild kids. I don't know. Is he in here? Kids are crazy in general these days. Real talk. So anyway, the little girl is rocking on my knee. Finally, I say something to her again. When we land, welcome back, big bro. How was Jamaica? Jamaica was beautiful. Off topic, at a carnival, I was working. I saw a Spanish family have their son on a leash. I've seen that before too. Don't like that. Don't like that. You shouldn't have to have your child on no leash. I have no issue applying a chokehold on mine. Let's talk about. Listen, I'm with you, Norin. So anyway, the plane lands. It's in the food. The plane lands, and the family is giving applaud. And they're clapping, yay! We're in Jamaica. Now I get it. That was great. But what set me off to no end was the father turns around and says, yeah, this was a great flight. What? A great flight. It was great because it landed. Yes, it was great because it landed. We are not, don't talk about it was a great flight. Now, I go off. I ain't gonna lie. I went off. I said to him, yeah, it's a great flight for you because there were no fucking kids rocking up against your goddamn knee the whole goddamn ride like your kids. That's basically what I said. Anyway, that's basically what I said.
No, it's not basically. That is what you said.
Okay, that's what I said. Okay, my wife said it's not basically. That's what I said. Okay, you can't beat your kids in public nowadays for being bad. We can't just hide behind kids are crazy these days. It's different parenting being used playing spades or smoking weed with your kids, trying to be your kids' friends instead of their parents. There's nothing wrong with playing spades with the kids. Whoa. Okay, whoa. I'm going to tell you what happened. The levels of discipline is different now, though. The times when you were growing up, even myself, and I'm 35. We knew what to do because we were too scared of the consequences. Our parents didn't show no mercy when it came to respect, responsibility, or even having manners. If we acted like that today, we had 3 choices: belt, switch, or hand. I'm surprised you lasted that long, Noel. You held out, bro. Okay, so I snapped, right? So when I snapped, the father turns around and says to me, watch your mouth. That set me off again. Because I'm like, watch my mouth? You can't even reprimand your child. So what makes you think you could reprimand me? So I told him, I say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it. He told me to watch my mouth again. I said, I say what the fuck I want to say when I say it. When I'm ready to say it. People do what they're allowed to do. That's a fact. So again, we go back and forth. This wasn't went back and forth like 5 or 6 times. I say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it. So now, up front, these 2 goombas, 2 big Italian dudes, they look back and they say, yo, big man, you need to watch your mouth. Oh, yeah, I say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it. Matter of fact, what are we willing to do? Sal Salerno. What's up, Sal? These 2 Italians, what they say, yo, big man, you need to watch your mouth. I'm like, I said what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it. Matter of fact, what are we willing to do? Let's stop talking. What are we willing to do? Because if you're not willing to do shit, then guess what? Stop talking to me. So now my wife says, no, please stop. At this point, I'm gone. I'm out there. So I yelled at her. She saw something totally different. And we'll get to where she was at that point. But I'm pissed. So now the stewardess comes and says, everybody relax, realize we're in a different country and there's different rules in this country, yada, yada, this, yada, yada, that. So then they say, mister, would you like to get off the plane first? To me. I'm like, hell no, I don't want to get off nobody's plane first. I'll sit right here, and I want him to feel all this negative energy that I'm giving off. That's where I was with it. So now we get to the resort, right? And the first night, my wife didn't speak to me. She didn't want to speak to me. And I'm pissed because I'm like, well, why wouldn't you want to speak to me? Why ain't you taking my side in all this? Now understand, I don't want my wife over there jumping around, cheerleading. No, go ahead, get him. This, that, the third. I don't want that shit. That's not what I want from her. But what I do want from her is her to be like, yo, yeah, they deserve that shit later on. Or if we had a problem and she had a problem later on, we discussed it. Okay? So we get to the resort. We're talking to our friends, and it comes out that she said that she saw other people pulling out their cameras, filming us while this shit is going down. I was not aware of that. I know you were pissed. Maybe better choices of words used to make your point. Okay, I can live with that, but that's not what I do. And Teresa, you know that's not what I do. That's not Noel. I did slap, I did curse, but that's not what I do. I'm not one for curbing my tongue for some dumb shit. So, what's up? So, she said they were filming at the time. To make a long story short, me and my wife had a discussion, and she was protecting me because she thought that there was a possibility that I could have got arrested, and she was protecting the family. She was looking at it on a bigger scale, where I was not looking at it as a bigger scale. And the more I think about it, it's like me, like I hate when my football team is out there fighting. I hate when they're out there fighting. This is a great topic. I got to run, but I wish black people would look within our own communities to make their things better, to support our HBCUs financially, athletically, and socially. Okay, Stowers, I don't think that's all the way fair. But anyway, I think she was looking at it as on a bigger scale. Just like when I'm coaching, I look at all the fighting and everything else on a bigger scale. But am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that these people thought they could run amok on this plane and just rock back and forth on my knee and just do whatever the fuck they wanted to do because they were white? Am I wrong to think that? Because had it been a black family, and I hate that, we always got to look at it this way. Had it been a black family where their kids were jumping around on a plane and carrying on, the whole scene would have been different. And as a black family, as a black man, you got to check people. I checked them. Okay, I checked them. But my wife and my father, my father's a New York City police officer. Retired New York City police officer. They're saying, you're not wrong, but you was wrong how you went about it. And I'm saying to myself, cursing ain't a crime. My father, my father goes, well, cursing is a crime. It's a disorderly conduct. Like, I'm not. Fuck a disorderly conduct. No, you weren't. Respect is respect, no matter who you are. Sal Salerno, people, is a white male. Sal Salerno is a white male, people. And I don't want people to be in here thinking that we're attacking white folks. That's not the deal. Because the next day, not the next day, when we're leaving, this was something so subtle. This was something so subtle that, again, it was, all I could chalk it up to was white privilege. It was so subtle, and I don't think white people see that they think that they're better or they're on a higher scale than everybody else. So again, we're leaving Jamaica. We are going through the security part, where you have to take all your stuff off and put it in the bucket. So this white family in front of us, it was a father, a wife, and a child who was in a stroller. They had two buckets, one for the father, one for the wife. And so I grabbed the last two buckets, one for me and my wife. I grabbed the last two buckets. So as I go to tell Marie to put her stuff in the bucket, the white lady takes my bucket, puts her stuff in my bucket, and looks at me and says, we have a lot of stuff. So I'm saying to myself, there's another bucket down here. Why not grab that one? She grabbed my bucket and said, we have a lot of stuff. So now I go to my wife and I say to my wife, you see this shit? You see this shit? You see, it just happened again. So my wife again is like, no, relax, calm down. And just because we had this spat earlier in the vacation, I didn't want to have the spat again. So I let it rock. But from that day, I've been thinking to myself, am I wrong for letting it rock? Like, that's not my style. Like, I'm saying to myself, I should have checked that bitch. I should have checked her. Because I'm sitting here today saying, I can't believe I let that shit go. So my point to you is this. The question I'm trying to ask, is there such thing as white entitlement? Do white people think that they could take your bucket, they could tell you to watch your mouth, even though they can't reprimand their own child? They could talk to you as a black man and tell me to watch my mouth. And then I got checked. Then I got checked. They called me to the side. They pulled me to the side and I got security checked. My wife thinks, oh, they randomly picked you because you were starting some shit on the plane on the way in. No! No, because there was 2 white women there, an older Jamaican woman there, and a black man there. So no, I'm not buying that. They wanted me to spaz out. Yes. Okay, but is this done because of white entitlement, or am I turning around here thinking I'm being a victim because I'm black? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I believe that this was done because they thought they were better than me. That watch your mouth shit? Nah, I'm not taking that. That's what pushed me over the edge, Robert Dixon. He told me to watch my mouth, but he couldn't check his daughter. He couldn't check his daughter, but he told me to watch my mouth. He was comfortable enough to tell me to watch my mouth, but he couldn't check his own. He was uncomfortable in checking his own daughter. I've been in a line, for instance, at a place to get something to eat. While standing there, we had white people just walk up to the front of the line like we weren't standing there. I feel like they think we are not going to say anything. And then, if you say something, see, this is where I don't get that at all. See, this is where I think me and my wife conflicted. This is where I conflicted with my wife. If I say something, and now the police come in, because the police come in, they hear the story, or they see what happens, am I automatically the one that's wrong? Because I'm the big black man? My wife says the perspective. I got to look at the perspective. The big black man is yelling at the kids. Meanwhile, I never said a word to the kids. But the perspective is that I'm yelling at the kids. The big black man.
You're not going out.
Or is the black officer, white officer, or police officer, whatever officer, decide automatically that I'm wrong, or are they going to listen to us? Now, according to our history in the past 10 years, and what my wife sees is we're not going to get a fair deal. I understand that. I understand what she sees. And we're not going to get a fair shot. If the police come, we're not going to get a fair shot. They're automatically going to side with the white family. But something in me believes that if a cop comes and hears the story, that he would understand and side with me because I don't think I did anything wrong. Facts, cops going to be on their side. So, if you think the cops are going to be on their side, do you bite your tongue? Or do you allow them to run amok? Do you allow them to run all over you? Do you allow them to take advantage of you? Do you allow them to cut you in line? Do you allow them to rock on your knee? Because you believe that if the police get involved, they're automatically going to side with the white man. Is that white privilege? I don't think they're taught they have to answer to anyone that's not an authoritative figure. Example, policeman, clergy, teacher, etc. Craig, that's not true, Craig. That's not true. Because, Craig, I work with black kids, Craig. I work with black kids. I've seen black kids tell a cop to his face, fuck you, suck my boom. To a cop. I seen a black kid curse a teacher out. I seen a black kid knock a teacher out. I seen a black kid knock a teacher out. So don't say, oh, this is a white issue. No, it's not. I'm willing to say that white people are more respectful to authority than black people. I'm willing to say that. If you have a white boy or a white girl who's disrespectful to police, they are what I call wiggers. They're out here they hanging out with black people, trying to be black and etc. If my kids, let's go back. White kids, no, white kids. Yes, it is white privilege. I don't bite my tongue. White kids, again, Craig, I've seen, witnessed. Matter of fact, I am a victim of black kids being disrespectful when I was an authority figure. While I was an authority figure. No, you still have to say something. You just have to do it in a way that won't get you on the wrong side of the situation. Okay, Chauncey, I have to say it on the wrong side of the situation. So are we saying that I can't say, watch your fucking kids? Is that what I did wrong? Because watch your fucking kids, me saying watch your fucking kids is not a crime. If my kids do anything to bother or disrespect anyone, regardless of color, I would beat that ass. There should be no privilege. We are all the same. Yes, Sal Salerno, God bless you. I believe that. But there come certain situations. Like that lady at the security counter thought her belongings was more important than mine. So I'm going to grab this bucket. And people say, oh, it's just a bucket. But it wasn't the bucket. It was the fact that she felt comfortable enough to not even ask me. She felt so comfortable to not even ask me. She just snatched it and said, we have a lot of stuff. It's raining. I'm talking about white kids. LOL word. Respect is earned, and the police don't earn it from black people. Peaches, I'm sorry. I can't go with all that. See, again, we want to take all police. We want to take all white people. We want to take all black people. We want to take all Hispanics and put them under one title. No, I'm not doing that. Because I know good cops. I know good police officers. I know good white people. I know good black people. I know good Hispanic people. I also know bad white people. I know bad cops. I've seen cops look at a kid's football cleats and it come to practice the next day. Nobody asked him to go buy cleats. That's not his child. I've seen cops. You know how many tickets that I got out of? I was dead wrong. I was speeding. I had no seatbelt on. I was on my phone. And the white cop let me go. So I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not putting all cops under one umbrella. I'm not doing that. White people look at police almost as another form of their parents. know you stand your ground. When you don't stand your ground and know your right and know your rights. Goddamn, Noel, I'm talking about fucking white kids. Craig Davis, be specific, please. What you talking about with white kids? Be specific, Craig, because I don't know what you're talking about at this point. Bro, I'm out, shaking my head. What are you talking about? I need to understand. Sabrina, what's up, baby? I need to understand what we deem as white privilege. Or as black people continuing to be victims. Do white people, if I have white people watching, do white people look at black people as continuing to be victims? The parents failed here. It should have stopped it from the jump. Sal, that's 100% correct. It's really sad that usually you have to have them afraid of you to get respect. That's true. Craig, let's bring Craig on. Let's bring Craig on, because I don't know what Craig is talking about. I'm a white Italian, and I don't judge anyone for color or race. I judge you on how you treat me and how you act. That's a fact. White privilege is real. Where's Craig? Where's Craig? Can't bring Craig on camera. Okay. White privilege is real. I'm not saying all cops are bad, just like all blacks aren't guilty just because of their color. There is good and bad in all races and professions. That's a no-brainer. I say this, but I know me. I would have snapped as well. Only because I respect you, so you have to respect me. It's easy to say how we would have reacted. That's a fact. I just got back to New York, and it's not raining in Deer Park. Well, Sabrina, you are one town over, and it's pouring over here, boo. Never got the invite. I'm sending it to you again. Craig. Craig, it says you're not even on here. Hey, Noel, I'm here. What's up, Anthony? Okay, so we understand that white privilege exists, or white entitlement exists. How is black Americans, how are we going to cope with this situation? How are we coping with this situation? You got to turn your camera on, Craig. You got to turn your camera on, because when I touch on your name, your camera option doesn't even come up. So something's wrong with your camera. So now, as black Americans, how are we dealing with the fact that we know that there's white privilege? That there's white entitlement? How are we dealing with this? Or are we just saying, yes, we understand there's white entitlement, we just got to deal with it? Because that doesn't sit right with me. And that's the thing that bothered me with my wife and my father. And we're talking about this in front of my kids. So I don't want to, and it didn't sit right with me when that lady took my basket. And again, people are saying, oh, it's just a basket. They got 1,000 baskets. No, it's not about the basket. It's about she felt comfortable enough to take the basket. That's what bothers him. If the shoe was on the other foot, if I had a lot of shit and I took her basket as a black man, would that have been frowned upon? Would that have been frowned upon? I'd take her basket? Would she have said, would her husband have said, yo, hold on, that's our basket? And I'd say, well, I got a lot of shit. How would that have went down? So I'm thinking about this shit. You know, I spend a lot of time alone. I drive, for a living. So I spend a lot of time alone. So I'm thinking about this shit, and I'm like, this shit just didn't sit right with me, that I didn't check her. Just the fact that I didn't check her didn't sit right with me. Am I wrong? And if I'm not wrong, how are we as black Americans and white Americans going to be able to get along knowing that some, not all, that some think that they're better than us based on their skin color, based on their social status, based on their financial status, based on their residence, that they think they're better than us. And then, as black people, are we going to be able to differentiate the difference between somebody who is using their white privilege versus somebody who's a good person, even though they're white? Just a good person. Never mind white person or anything like that. My guy, Richard Christopher, is a good person. He's a good person. I don't give a damn. He's white. Yes, he's white. Mike Derry, Christian. I don't even know how to pronounce Christian's last name. He's Polish. I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. John, Big John. Like, they're good people. They're good people. And I'm so careful in making sure I put this bad white person here and these good white people here. This bad black person here, this good black person here. I'm very careful in making sure that I do that. I'm very careful in that, make sure that my kids understand the difference. She would have called the police. Yeah, of course. You're looking darker now since your trip. Watch out, Wesley Snipes. Noel is coming to the club. Not quite, Sabrina. I'm almost there. She would have been checked, but I didn't check her. Just came back. Gloria, my Aunt Gloria. So, being checked can sometimes save your life. What if you're like my wife, saying being checked could have the air marshals or security or the police putting you in jail because you come off as the angry black man? What about that aspect? What about looking at it from that light? Because see, Teresa, I believe like you believe. Sometimes people need to be checked. I think like you think. But my wife did give me a different perspective when she turns around and she says, well, I'm concerned that you're going to get arrested because you look aggressive. Because you're a big black man. So you come off as looking aggressive. I got to be honest. I understand that perspective. But I also... I had to tell her this, and she don't think I understand this. I told her that I understood where and how far I could go with this shit. That is what I'm saying. It's being taught from when they are kids not to answer people or certain people to think you're right without getting reprimanded. But Craig, I don't think you're understanding, my guy. Craig, could you please fix your camera so you could come the fuck on? It's how you check the person. Well, okay, it's how you check the person. Anthony, you didn't hear what I said to the person. I told the person, because they said, oh, this is a great flight. I told the person, well, it would have been a great flight for me. It's a great flight because I landed. It would have been a great flight for me if you checked your fucking kids, because your fucking kids is rocking up against my goddamn knee for 3 hours. Am I wrong because I said that? Well, they'll think twice next time. Oh, Teresa, when they went back home, they knew how to act when they went back home. Oh, when they went back home, they knew how to act. Just like anything else, it's how you check someone. You could check someone with a smile. I don't do that well, Victor. Sorry. Victor, that ain't me. I'm sorry, I just don't do that well. Plus, I was so aggravated with this little girl rocking on my knee. She rocked on my knee at least 9 times. Because I let her do it 3 times each time before I checked her. I have a story that I was involved in when I was younger that involved a white cop in a bowling alley. If someone told you check your fucking kids, how would you respond? Victor, understand this, Victor. They wouldn't have to tell me to check my fucking kids because my kids would know how to act in that situation. I would be checking my kids before they would. My son is about to be, your son's about to be 13? Lord have mercy. About to go to high school. I tell him this kid all the damn time. Don't wear your hood no matter where you are, even with me, especially driving in my passenger seat. It attracts attention. The fact that I even have to tell my kid that is fucking insane. No guarantees, but I doubt white kids ever get this conversation. I'm not saying you were wrong for your information. This topic is too big to unpack. Prioritize what we need to discuss. White privilege. You are culturally conditioned to allow it. P.S. You were wrong for how and when you said something and to whom you said it to on the airplane. Sabrina, who is my best female friend, one of my best female friends ever, like my sister, she sounds like Marie. Mine as well. I would have snatched my kid if they weren't listening. How old was the kid? The kid had to be like 10 years old. I checked the girl twice. So now, I'm not going to check the little girl. I'm not going to yell at the little girl. The little girl is being a little girl. I checked the father. Because the father, who just had a hunky-dory old time, just walking around the plane, jumping around from seat to seat. The kids were jumping over the seat. They just had a hunky-dory old time. So when the father says this was a great flight, I checked the father. I didn't check the little girl. Be clear on that. But I did say, I can't lie, I did say, you need to check your fucking kids. My name was called too to come to claim my lane with my party during college night. 3 white girls walked past the booth where the officer is standing. I was walking right behind him and he stopped me. Things didn't go well from there. I disagree with that white culture comment. My wife is Irish. My brother-in-law is white. He checks his kids. My wife's friends all check their kids. Can't label millions of people though. That's my point right there. Victor Medina said it best. Okay, I'm not putting everybody under the umbrella. So now, Sabrina says, we just got to know it and live with it. I don't know if I'm totally comfortable with that. I don't know if I'm totally comfortable with just knowing that white privilege exists and just, okay, they're just being white. They're minimizing me. They're minimizing my flight. They're minimizing my comfortability. And just be okay with it. I don't think that's right. Your entire family could have had free tickets. Oh, man. You should have asked the stewardess to have the parents check their kids. I've heard that before, too. At 10 years old, I may have done the same thing, Noel. 10 years old need to know better on a fucking plane. Yes, but if you're 10 years old and everybody else, including your parents, are jumping around all over the goddamn plane, what makes you think you're going to stop? The examples, the people who are guiding you, they're doing it. So again, no, I did not say that. Okay, Sabrina, can you come on and tell me exactly what you're saying? Sabrina on. Because parents need to have self-awareness in that up-close environment. That's my point. Because she's still 10 years old. You're going to a confined space.
Oh, God, you got me. I gotta fix my hair. I'm exhausted. Good. Just tired. Just getting back home. Just like you.
Just get back from vacation, right?
Vacation. No, all this medical stuff for autumn and school stuff.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
yeah.
So you heard the story.
Yeah, I heard the story. I thought you was dead wrong.
You think
When
I'm dead wrong?
I was just waiting for you to come back to tell you. Like, so this is the problem that I have, Epps. You know, the kid was being a kid, inappropriate. It sounds like he's allowed to just get away with stuff. You said that there it was a whole family, and the kids was just running wild, right?
Yes, and the parents.
Right, parents. But Epps, you are the customer of whatever airline that you were on, and you should have said something to them. It was their place to check.
She froze up. I wouldn't speak to a child.
I'm
I'm
sorry, my
sorry, you
girlfriend
froze
was
up.
calling me. Yeah, because my girlfriend's. I'm supposed to be out eating again. I gotta get it together. But you're sitting there, and just like most adults who are around kids, no kids are being kids. If you're just sitting there, you're really not saying much to the airline stewardess. It's like you're okay with it. But to get up as this guy says something, you done held it in, and you said that to this father. Also, this father in front of his family. Yeah, you were out of pocket. You were just you could have
But
said something else. You could have pulled him on the side. You could have said it a little different, but you were fed up and you just was no filter. And truly, I don't even understand why Marie didn't get a whole new set of tickets for the entire family out of that situation.
see,
Yeah,
that's
you,
we okay. We wasn't thinking like that.
you
Go,
gotta always think.
go to
Yeah,
United and get a whole new set of damn tickets.
yeah, absolutely.
But
Oh,
she has a point. Speak to the company first. If they
yeah,
don't
you should have
respond,
said that.
then say
You
something.
were it's what you said to that father, how you said it, and you only said it after he said that, which I know it pissed you off. That
Yes,
this MF done sat here. My knees are all shriveled up. I'm this
yes.
big guy. I'm already in this little goddamn plane. I would have asked for some some first class tickets and everything. This is how you're gonna be treated. Yeah, but you shouldn't have said that. Because that could have been a fight. You could have been arrested and everything, and you would have been wrong. You were wrong. And anybody telling you that you were not wrong, yeah, you could have leveraged that situation.
Okay.
Come on now, and then on the whole, what did you say? I don't know where you got. See, just like just now, you just said I said something I didn't say. I said that we're
You
with
said
the
we're
woman with the
conditioned.
basket. We're African Americans. We are culturally conditioned, and I'm just talking about African Americans who've been in this country, who've through our ancestry. This is how we came. It's just certain things. There's a certain way that we have to raise our children. We have to, make sure our children don't do a certain thing to save their lives. We have to tell them certain things, and of course, and we all still don't do it, but I think that the entitlement, not that I know that the entitlement does exist, with white America. And when I say white America, I'm not speaking anecdotally, like one of your friends said what they do with their kids, but that's anecdotally. There are some privileges that people don't know. And sometimes, to be honest, Epps, that woman may not even know that she was being insulted because this is part of being privileged. You
Right.
just don't know.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. And that's my thing.
I mean, this is good life.
Are they even aware?
Some are and some are not. But guess what? Not all of us are woke either. And then because being woke calls for responsibility. What are we going to do about it? A lot of us like to think, oh, if it was slavery time, I would be a Nat Turner. I would be this and this and this type of slave.
It's
Definitely
easier said than done.
Yeah, but when you look at the lives that we're living, and I go off in a tangent, and the whole debt thing, and just it's a lot of enslavement going on, some self enslavement, a lot of us, being woke calls for responsibility. You just can't act out and you just can't curse people out. You're getting nowhere with that. And I say this to you as someone that's been through stuff, and I just don't respond that way. And unless it's one of us. Okay, if it's one of us and that's how you're treating, yeah, I may. But when I know that really need to teach a lesson and effectively, put this out, or, go above. You just had this big opportunity, Epps. You had such a big opportunity. I would be mad. I mean, what's going on, Marie? She don't like saving money anymore? I need to come over there and go into you guys' coupon closet.
What's wrong with Marie? She don't like saving money anymore? I don't think Marie was even in that zone. I think she
because she was probably like, damn, no, he didn't say this shit. Oh, I could see her
right.
Her eye.
Yeah, that's where she was. That's where she was. But I was at a point like enough was enough. Enough was enough. And him being so self-centered and naive to say, well, this was a great flight.
But it was. Was he really self-centered? You didn't complain. You didn't say much. You didn't say much to make it seem like you were really, bothered. I'm the type of person, I will say something to somebody's child, but I wouldn't say it, like you said it. If I see a child acting up with their parents, I look at them like, you need to sit yourself down somewhere. I give them the look and I'll say something, but it wouldn't be like that. Come on, Epps, you worked with kids, but you out of pocket. And this man may really actually have a problem with chastising his child. Then you put him out there like that. You made this guy feel like whatever.
Well, that's what I saw. I saw the girl turn her back to him like, fuck you, Dad. And then you want to turn around and you would tell me to watch my mouth?
Honestly, Epps, I'm going to tell you, what I was initially thinking, I thought you only got away with it because this white person was going to Jamaica with much more black people. But had your ass been going to Europe or something like that, I think he would have probably called for what's that? What are the Carbonara? What is it called?
The marshals, the air marshals.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have gotten away with it, but I think he probably felt, like a minority in that case,
He wasn't the minority on that plane.
No, but you didn't say anything until that plane landed.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then at that point, you were in Jamaica.
So then, I'm supposed to just tolerate this? I'm supposed to just be okay with this?
This is what, I mean, I love you, but this is just you being truly who you are. You want to hear whatever the hell you want to hear.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, is just you, Epps. You won't accept. You won't accept. I just told you the conversation. You only had that conversation with that guy because you got pissed off at what he said. I could just imagine. I don't even know what the guy looked like, but I already created him in my head, and he done stretched and and turned his family smiling and shit, talking about how great this flight was, and I could just see you fuming because you just. I couldn't believe that. Yeah, I can't.
Not only that,
they
were stretching. They were putting their hands all on our TV as they're stretching.
Yeah.
Like
Myra, I'm ready. Yeah. That's why I couldn't answer the phone, Myra, because I'm on this live with Epps. But I can see you, and you were just out of pocket. You were wrong. You were just so wrong. And anybody tells you that you were not wrong, they're wrong too. You should have said. You could have said something a little differently. You could have even used sarcasm a little differently. I'm glad this flight was good for you. It was not good for me. I would have told the flight stewardess, or what do you call them properly? The stewardess. Yeah. I would have told them. I would have told the goddamn captain. You know me. I will write a goddamn letter.
Yeah.
I would have had some tickets.
I'm not writing letters and all that shit. I'm not.
But guess what? You're not really changing anything. All you're doing is making yourself soothing yourself, and then guess what? You looking like the bad guy. You even looking like the bad guy to Marie. You looking like the bad guy. You were the bad guy, Epps. You were. Not even a kid anymore.
Okay, so what about the white lady who took my bucket at the security line? Talk about I got a lot of stuff. Huh?
That was separate. That was separate. That's a separate incident. That's entitlement. That's just as you said, you know. But you did. Now this is funny. Why did you hold your mouth with her?
Because this is after me and Marie had our conversation, and we're back to talking terms. And I did not want to be arguing with my wife again over a similar incident.
You mean this early? So now you listening? Nah, but you still bothered by it, but you still bringing
I
it
am
up.
still
I
bothered
don't.
by it because
Yeah.
I feel like that I should have checked her.
But I don't think you would have checked that woman only because one is a female. I think you would have dealt with it differently. I
No,
don't think you would have.
no.
What would you have said if everything was cool with Marie and she said, "Yeah, get her"? What would you have said?
No, what I would have that wouldn't have what I said. What I would have done, I would have
What would
I would have dumped her shit right there on the table.
you're on
See
the
me
New
with
York
the
side
bucket.
and you're on the New York side?
No, we were in Jamaica still.
Oh, okay.
We were still in Jamaica. We were checking our shit on. You know, your carry on shit.
Okay.
What I
So let
would
me
have
just
done
get
is
this
dump
right.
her shit.
So you this big black man, and now you and wait a minute, and now you newly dark skinned, okay? Because this dark skin stuff, this darker complexion now is gonna get you into a lot of trouble.
No,
You know,
yeah, I'm
you
newly
got some
dark skinned,
privilege.
but go ahead.
Yeah, because honestly, you got some privilege too with your light skin. You know, so now you're newly dark, okay, and then you're gonna talk this trash to this woman, and you have to come back to America. You don't think something was gonna be waiting for you? I just you
Honestly,
could have said, it's not that you can't or should not say anything. I just think that you know have issues with what to say and to tone it down a little bit because you can say what you need to say and be effective, but it's just you just can't naturally come out and do it the way you want to do it, especially now that you dark like Wesley Snipes. Now you especially can't do it
you killing me. You killing me with the dark like Wesley Snipes shit.
because this is the darkest I've ever seen you.
Okay, okay, so I'm gonna learn from this. I'm
Oh,
gonna learn.
oh my God, write that down.
What?
Write that down. Write that down that you're gonna learn from this, because
I'm gonna
guess
learn
what's
from
gonna
this
happen?
because you're saying the same shit that Marie is saying.
Yeah, you're gonna be tested. You're gonna be tested. Brace yourself, because since you put that out in the universe, you're gonna be tried and tested. And let us know how that works.
Okay.
Hey, Mimi, say hi to Mimi. Mimi's on there.
Mimi?
Yeah, Sybil.
Oh, is she really? Hi, Sybil.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see her on here.
Because it's under Mimi Bell.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sybil.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Sybil, isn't he darker now?
But I'm going to learn from this because Marie's saying the same thing you said. My father said the same thing you said. Yep, that light skin privilege thing is real. Light skin privilege, really? Okay.
Wait a minute. If you know that, wait a minute. What are you, Venezuelan?
No, I'm not Venezuelan. I am
Well,
Portuguese, Irish. My aunt is on here. My aunt is on here. Portuguese, Irish, Shinnecock Indian.
Rape. Okay. All right.
And black.
Oh, now you black.
Mainly
okay.
black.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you real black this week. I just want to warn you. Okay. You might want to take your glasses off and show people those light eyes so that they can remember. You know, when this tan wear off. Yeah. Yeah. But these,
okay. I'm gonna learn from this. I really am. I'm gonna listen to what everybody says. And
yeah.
I'm gonna learn to address the situation a little less aggressively.
Yeah. And by the way, it's not too late to write a letter to that airline.
You hear that, Marie? Marie? It's not too late to write a letter to that airline. Get the free tickets.
If they don't bring up, I wouldn't bring up how you responded. Wait for them.
She's not going to bring up how I responded. She's not going to do that.
Just listen. You were just through. You were hurt. And listen.
My knees were hurt.
You should have took some pictures of those knees because that's when you was light skinned and you had the red knees.
So my knees would have showed up redness.
Yes.
Before Jamaica. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, but not now. Not now.
Okay.
All right, Epps. I gotta go out to eat.
How's
soon.
baby girl?
Yeah, all right. We just coming home from Connecticut, and she had some classes to finish. And let me see. Chuck D said, "It's best everybody loves a passive black man." No, everybody doesn't love a passive black man. You can be assertive. We're talking about not being aggressive. There's a difference. Sometimes Robert Dixon says sometimes you can't let people get the best of you, but it's hard.
It's hard.
It is hard, but really as African Americans, we're taught we have to learn that, that talent, if you would, to save our lives.
Is that correct? Is that right? Is that something that we should do? Why do we have to be?
But that's not all you have to do. You just have to go about it, right? Emailing the CEO at work, right? Find out who the CEO. You know me, Deatra. I will LinkedIn a CEO and write them a letter. Yep. Come on, Epps. You gotta do better. You can't behave. I'm just gonna use the N word, okay? So people embrace yourself. You can't act out nigga nonsense and then want to be respected, because you didn't do something long term to really shape, the behavior of those attendants, those flight attendants for future, passengers. I bet they will be on the ball if you said something to them and said something to like the CEO or whoever you need to. This is not. I never said. Robert Dixon said, "Why is that right?" I don't know what Robert Dixon is talking about. I'm not saying any of it's right. I'm just saying that there's another way. There are other ways to handle things.
But I think what Robert Dixon is asking, why is being passive, in quotes, why is being passive, because it comes off as being very passive. Why do we have to be passive?
It doesn't come off as being passive. I think that passive is a lazy word. We're talking about what you use was aggression. Outright aggression. That's what you use. You were aggressive and you were profane. You could have word of mouth is a powerful thing, Noel. You just use some choice words. Yeah, but he could have used other words. He doesn't have a vocabulary. And he could be assertive, and you could have been firm in what you said. You could have spoke to this man father to father. This man's obviously, you see a different type of father than you, so, the way that you're coming off on this man it just wasn't right.
I also felt like I was under attack when the two Goombas jumped in. So I went in my bag when the two Goombas went in.
Of course you was about to be attacked. Ain't nobody fighting your ass by themselves. You were aggressive in that small aisle. It was about to go down. I would have paid to see that.
Okay.
I'm just imagining you fighting on the plane.
It would have never got to that. It would have never got to that.
Anyway, but
it would have never got to that because I was fully aware that I'm with my wife.
Epps, after the fact, but you already said something out of pocket. You should have been aware of that before you opened your mouth to the man.
But again, it would have never got to being physical is what I'm trying to say.
That's what you think. You don't have control over other people. You would have said that to the right person. It would have been a different thing. You don't know how that man was going to respond. If that man just turned around and hit you because you saying this to him in front of his family, which some would say that, yeah, I could see that happening. How are you going to say, oh, it was never going to get to that? That's just like somebody hitting you and they're going to tell you how to clap back.
Okay.
You do also passive. He was obviously passive. That's why he needed help. And by the way, were they Italian? Because Goomba, doesn't that mean Italian or something?
What?
I mean, why'd
Yeah,
you
the
call
two
it? Why'd
Italian
you
guys,
say
the
Goomba?
big muscle guys.
Oh, that's okay. That sounds good.
All right. I don't understand. Didn't the
Gloria
stewardess see
said,
what was going on? I'm missing. Yes, yes, the stewardess saw exactly what was going on. And she asked me, she said, "You're dealing with a lot over here. Do you want a whiskey?" And I said,
yes.
no, I'm okay. I will, I'll
Yes.
get a drink
No,
when I get
no,
to my
I'm
destination.
okay. Yep, sounds like you was okay. Sound like you were familiar with kids and you understand how kids behave. That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Sounds like you was okay.
Yes, I was familiar with the kids' behavior. Obviously, the jumping over the seats and all that shit is not what bothered me. What bothered me is the girl constantly rocking up against my knee. That bothered me. But I was willing to let that go until the father turns around and he says, with his selfish ass, "This was a great flight." That's what set me off.
No, what really bothered you is the father saying that. I mean, let's just keep it 100.
Yes.
That's what really threw you over there.
Yes.
That's what really bothered you.
Yes, it did.
Right.
I'm being honest.
I know. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt.
What? I will check. I need to get my aggression across without cursing. That's all. I need to be.
No. Not just. Yeah, not just cursing. You need to check your fucking kids. That's how I saw it in my mind. You saying that.
Well, that's how I went down. Went down just like that.
Exactly. So it's not just the cursing that you did. It's also how you said it. You could have came. Come on, Epps. You better than this. You could have said it differently.
Okay, I'll correct it. I'll correct it.
Did you? And you never ran into dude again?
What?
You never ran into him again in Jamaica?
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
Good.
But
okay.
I'll tell you this: when they went back home, they knew how to act in that plane. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Wait a minute, Teresa. What's your last name? Lanham.
Lanham.
She said Lanham. She said, yes, whiskey, frequent flyer. I told him flight vouchers, all that. He won't learn. I could have went somewhere. Me and Marie could have went somewhere since he don't want to act right on a plane.
All right. Yeah. Well,
that's an opportunity.
We're gonna send this email out.
Yeah, but you don't have any proof because you're dark skinned now. Damn.
You gotta stop with this dark skin shit. I'm golden brown.
You are dark.
I'm golden brown.
This is a dark. Epps, I can barely see where your beard ends and your cheeks begin. I can't tell anymore.
He was just being sarcastic to alleviate the embarrassment of his kids being rowdy. You have to work on how you respond in your mouth. Okay.
Yeah. Mouth is reckless. And then you guys.
My mouth ain't reckless. My mouth is not reckless because it takes a lot for me to go there. It takes.
Nah.
I just don't go out cursing people out. It takes a lot for me to get there.
Oh, okay.
It does.
You must have had that whiskey. You must got whiskey at the house.
we got plenty of whiskey at the house because it's over in Jamaica.
Yeah, we don't need that whiskey.
Deatra says, why do you have to be aggressive? You're doing what they expect you to do. Being a black man, start doing things that are more effective, like email, video, or calling the news.
Yeah. But get those tickets because, that works. You want to change behavior. You want the flight attendants to check the passengers, because, it's bad enough. It's hard enough.
Okay, that's the one thing I agree. I could have went to the stewardess and said, listen, they in here acting up. We fix the situation.
You was probably sitting in that middle seat like.
Oh, no, I don't sit no middle seat. I sit aisle seats only, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
But
got
you
to
was
get
squished.
at least one leg relief.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that has a leg.
I get
But
the
that was
belt extension. I get the belt extension in the aisle seat. Matter of fact,
uh,
the aisle seat was for this little cute black girl that was sitting with us. I asked her, could I sit in the aisle seat, baby?
uh,
She went right over there near the window.
okay. All right.
Look, Craig Davis. Bring her on more, Noel, so she can check your ass. Listen, Craig.
That's right, Craig.
No, Sabrina gets checked too when she wrong too. She get out of pocket too.
Yeah,
But
Craig, I do. But I'm rarely wrong.
rarely wrong my ass. Rarely wrong my ass. But she's saying the same shit that my wife said. So being that she's saying the same shit that my wife said, I think I gotta listen.
Yeah. It'll save your life. All right. I'm just telling you how to be dark skinned nowadays.
All right. But she seen them acting up and she did nothing. Yes, the stewardess saw them acting up and she did nothing.
No, she didn't do, Gina, she didn't do nothing. You know, she didn't want to escalate it either. She has to think about all passengers. She came to him, she came to Epps and asked if he wanted a whiskey. She acknowledged that it's a little crazy that these kids,
Yes.
it seemed like she was black. Was she black?
No, she was white.
Okay. All right. But she seemed like, you know, she wanted to acknowledge that something was going on and she wanted to check with you. Does she need to do something more, trying to make you comfortable? You know, giving that whiskey would have made you, you know, fall asleep. I'm telling you, I took my children when they were babies to Disney World, and a flight attendant, my kids was acting up on the plane. Not like that. They were just crying and talking to me a little too much, and I got a lot of drinks. Yes, because I needed some drinks because I don't know why toddlers to Disney World that they weren't going to remember. Yes, and I got some drinks. That's what
All
we
right,
was
well,
trying to do. Make, you know. But had you said something different, because remember, as you said, you were okay, and you were. You were putting up with that nonsense, hoping somebody would chastise that child. Nobody were, because not everybody believe in putting their hands on their kids. Some people believe in letting their kids say what the hell they want to say to adults. That I'm not one of them. You're not one of them. But you know, there are many people that are like that, of different races. And but what threw you over the cliff was due at the end of the plane after everybody done clapped because the plane landed, and he was
yeah,
talking about great plane ride he had.
yeah,
Because look all those
that's a
had.
fact. I can't. That's 100% fact.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He didn't
You
have to
see,
watch it.
Craig Davis is saying I should have drinks. You saying I should have had drinks. If I had drinks,
Yeah,
it would have been worse.
no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. You have cranked you out. That's nah. You would have been more relaxed.
Yeah, okay. That was the last thing
I
I needed was some whiskey. Yeah, exactly. That's the last thing I needed. But
I
okay,
don't know.
I'm going to
I've not seen him
do
drink.
better.
I've never seen you drink and act up. I've seen like one drink. I've never seen drink turn you up because you naturally turned up.
No, a drink, a lot of drinks will turn me up. I get
I've never have
a lot of drinks will
yeah, I,
super turn me up.
I throw back some pineapple juice.
But I don't
Lots.
drink. I don't drink to get drunk anymore. You know, I like you said, I drink to knock off the edge. That's about it.
Right.
If I drink to get drunk, it's not a good sight.
Gloria asked, did the no, not Gloria. Somebody asked. Robert said, did the father apologize? Epps, nobody. Why would the father apologize after Epps cursed him out?
Father didn't apologize. The father didn't want no smoke. The father was trying, like you said earlier, the father was trying not to be embarrassed.
Right. And you totally embarrassed. You emasculated the father. From his wife, his boss, whoever, the twins, you know, with the muscles. You embarrassed them.
Yeah, because I was like, with them, I was like, first of all, they wasn't involved. So them even chiming in, that's it. Because I said to her, what are y'all willing to do?
No,
What are y'all willing to do? What are we willing to do? Stop talking to me. What are we willing to do at this point?
That's because you this big guy talking like you talking crazy to somebody, and who's gonna let you get away with that?
Okay, I'm gonna check myself.
Oh,
I'm gonna check
let's.
myself. I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of doing it. I'm gonna check myself. Hopefully, I'll never have to be in that situation again. But it made me feel like I was letting somebody get away with something. That's how it made me feel.
Okay, so could I just stop you right there? So you said hopefully, this will never happen again to you. So this is where you're now acting like a light skinned person, okay? I just want you to know, as a dark skinned person, this is always going to happen to you. You're going to be tried, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Again, I hope I don't get tried. Like, who says that? People say that.
Okay. Okay, watch. The next time you hear a story about me with this shit, you're gonna see a different side. I'm capable of doing this.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't
Uh,
wait.
all right, my love.
All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's my girl, Sabrina. She's like a sister. She said the same thing Marie said. Noel Gotti had to say his piece. No, it wasn't about Noel Gotti. It wasn't about no Noel Gotti had to say his piece. No. It was the father saying what he said that seemed so selfish and self-centered to me. That's why. That's what it was. And let me tell y'all something. My homegirl Sabrina is one strong individual. She's the one who I spoke to you guys about earlier this year, whose daughter was hit by the car. And she's on the road to full recovery. She's about to graduate college. She's about to start walking all over again. It's coming up on 1 year, and she's all ready to get ready to be without this cane and this walker and everything else. It's coming up on 1 year. She's about to graduate college. She went away to college for a whole 9 yards. They just got back from her taking some tests and everything for college. So, and mom is there every day, every step of the way. So, Sabrina, mad props to you, girl. Mad props. But I'm capable of checking myself. So I'm going to do that. Next time I'll check myself. Deatra, I think, is in Paris or some shit like that. So hopefully she gets a nice flight home, lands on time, everybody gets home safe and sound. Enjoy yourself, Deatra. I don't know if you're home yet. But I will do better. I will do better. Damn that, Noel. It's what was on your mind, and the father acted like nothing happened. I would be mad too. I was pissed. No, Doy is in Paris. Oh, okay. Doy is in Paris. Okay. Yeah, I was pissed. I can't lie. I was pissed. Sabrina had some good points, but I don't agree with everything she said. I don't agree with everything she said either, but but because it's just not me. It's not me to just let shit rot. People don't let me rot, but I understand what she's saying. And hopefully no kid sits in front of her. All I think of is the commercial with the little kid kicking the back of the plane seat while the man is, I forget what commercial that is, but that's the commercial I think of. Bring on Gloria. Gloria's my aunt. Let's see. Gloria's my aunt. She's always going to have sound advice. That's my auntie. Me and Gloria, see the problem with me bringing Gloria on is me and Gloria will have what we call a 5-minute conversation, and that thing will end up being 2 hours. It will end up being a 2-hour conversation. She's declined the invitation. Okay, good. But that's my aunt, Craig. And me and her have this crazy bond that I didn't have with her as a child, but now I have with her as an adult. It's crazy. We will be having a 5-minute conversation. Yeah, how you doing? And the next thing you know, it's 2 hours later. So, Rod Big Shot Bullock, what's up, baby? So, people, please like and share the page. Like and share the page. We was going to talk about the Knicks. The kid Knox, I like what I see from him, but I like what I see better from the kid they drafted in the second round, the big kid, the 7-footer. I like what I see from him even better. I didn't know the Knicks had Trier. Trier is going to be good. I hope the Knicks keep him. Okay? But the Knicks, this Knicks summer team is more fun to watch than the Knicks regular team. They're fun to watch. That young energy is just fun to watch. I've never seen the Knicks throw so many goddamn lobs. So this looks like a step in the right direction. We'll see. But I like what I see from the Knicks. Okay? Next week, hopefully some sport. Yankees, don't worry about the Yankees. Don't worry about the Yankees. It's July. Don't worry about the Yankees. When this thing becomes 10, when they're 10 games down, then let's worry. Okay, they're only 3 games out of first place. Don't worry. But the Yankees do. The Yankees are in desperate need of winning the pennant. They can't go in as a wild card. They can't go in as a wild card. They're in desperate need of winning the pennant. And don't get Machado. Get a goddamn pitcher. Get a starting pitcher. And I know there's not many out there. You already know what I want to do. Trade Stanton for Bumgarner. Okay? So don't panic, Yankee fans. Good show, Noel. Glad you had a great vacation. Listen, I usually take a cruise. This is the first time we went to a resort. We usually take a cruise. You still got to fly to the goddamn cruise unless you're taking the cruise out of Manhattan. Okay? So please, people, like and share the page. Don't forget www.busamove.com. Do not forget genesisfueloil.com. Don't forget www.shabue.com. The facility looks awesome, Shabu. Brand new basketball facility, 2 Vanderwater Street, training facility. A basketball training facility, 2 Vanderwater Street in Farmingdale, New York. It looks beautiful. Also, please do not forget www.saunders@icghome.com. Intercontinental Capital Group Incorporated. Do not forget them. Mortgages, mortgage advice, teaching you the ins and outs about mortgages and financing. Don't forget them. Again, saunders@icghome.com. Don't forget them. Also, don't forget Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, the Mouth of Long Island. That's me. The Mouth of Long Island will be in Amityville at Bolden Mack Park. Bolden Mack Park on Great Neck Road in Amityville. See some great basketball action. Make sure you're there at 5 p.m. Okay? Otherwise, people, I'll do better. I'm one of those unique men that have a lot of strong women in their life. So I'll do better. I'll get better at this. Okay? Enjoy your evening. Make sure you like and share. Peace.